In this video, I'm going to show you how to configure a campaign with Motiva's Send Time AI optimization. I'm sure this view is familiar to you as the Eloqua campaign canvas. Now, the first thing to do is to name and save your canvas so that you can configure Motiva steps that you drag onto the canvas. The second step is to make sure that any of your Motiva steps are favorited by selecting the star icon next to the step so that they appear in your condensed view. In this scenario, we're going to be emailing an audience that you've isolated in your segment builder using the segment members step. And then we're going to drag a Motiva Send Time AI step onto the canvas and connect that directly up to the segment step. Now, I'm sure you're used to emailing your audiences just using the Eloqua email step. But in this case, you're actually choosing the email you want to send within the Motiva Send Time AI step, and we are replacing the Eloqua email. So you do not need to use that step. To configure the step, you double-click on the icon, and you click on the pencil. And that will bring up Motiva's custom configuration screen. The first step here is to name the canvas or name this specific step, and that will be the name that's used on the Motiva email report that's associated with this email step. So make sure you use a unique identifier. We also recommend calling out the specific optimization that you're using as well. Next, you choose the email asset that you want to send. This is connected to your Eloqua email asset library. Does this email need to be sent by a specific date? If you select no, by default, Motiva will send this email for a full 7 days to all of the contacts in the audience, in the segment that you've connected up. If you say no, then you're able to select a date that occurs sooner than 7 days. So you can send it for 6 days or 5 days or 4 or 3. We recommend not restricting the send time any less than 3 days. Motiva works best when you give us a full 7 days because we're able to use all of the activity data for your contacts. Every day you restrict is another layer of activity data that we're not able to use to optimize the send. So a full 7 days is preferred. Do you want to restrict send specific days of the week and hours of the day? I'm sure you're familiar with this configuration just on a standard Eloqua email step. You can choose to restrict specific days of the week and also hours of the day. But again, Motiva works best when it's 24/7 and we're able to use the activity data of your contacts to optimize the send. So we recommend selecting no here. The time zone is going to be the time zone of the send time chart. So this does not impact at all the send of the email. It is just when the time zone is posted within the send time chart. You can activate frequency management if you're using it here, or you can have it override by not checking the box. And then you have your standard Eloqua email settings here. Remember that when you make a change, this load circle will appear and disappear next to your name, showing that you have saved your configuration, and you can X out, and you're done configuring the Send Time AI step. Now, when you think about how contacts flow through these steps within the canvas, and you think about their journey, remember that this email will be sent out to small batches of contacts every hour of the day for a full 7 days, unless, of course, you have restricted that send time. Those contacts need some place to go. So we generally recommend you add a wait step onto the canvas so you have a place for those contacts to trickle out every hour of the day and sit here before they go do something else in their journey. If this is just a single send email canvas, then this is probably all that those contacts will do on the canvas, and you can click here and maybe have these contacts wait here for, let's say, 2 weeks, so that you have an extra week to analyze and audit the campaign, make sure all of the contacts received the email over the course of 7 days. If this is a multi-step campaign, then you may want to say, well, I only want these contacts to hang out here in this wait step for 2 days before they move on to another action on the canvas. Let's say you want to send another email to these contacts, except for the contacts that opened the email. You do not want to resend to those contacts. So you're going to check and see after that 2-day wait period, giving your contacts enough time to engage, that did they open the email? And of course, you're going to choose the email asset that's associated with this step. And then you can send those contacts down another vein in the journey, depending on that decision.